on a large scale for therapeutic purpose, we use this rDNA technology. Especially, we use this rDNA technology for the production of insulin. We use this insulin to treat diabetes mellitus. Especially the patients who are suffering from type 1 diabetes, they need insulin. They are mainly dependent on insulin. Or in case of chronic diabetic patients with type 2 diabetes mellitus, can also require insulin. So we are using this insulin for treatment of diabetes mellitus, and we need large amounts of insulin to treat these patients. So how we can produce large amounts of insulin? It is by rDNA technology. So we use this rDNA technology to synthesize proteins on a large scale. Example I said insulin. Then growth hormone also. So there are some people who are suffering from the shortage or deficiency of the growth hormone. So to treat the dwarfism, where there is a deficiency of growth hormone, this can be used for the treatment, and we can produce this growth hormone by same rDNA technology, and we can use to treat the dwarfism in children. Then erythropoietin production. So erythropoietin is a protein which can be used to treat the anemia. So rDNA technology, we can use it for the production of some proteins which can be used for therapeutic purpose on a large scale production. Next, to synthesize some proteins on a large scale for therapeutic purpose. So some proteins like interleukins. So these interleukins can be produced by rDNA technology on a large scale. To treat, these interleukins are used to treat cancer, wound healing, HIV infection. So these interleukins can be used to treat cancer, wound healing, HIV infections. And TPA, which is called as tissue plasminogen activator. It activates the plasmin, an enzyme involved in dissolving the clots. So it is used in the treatment of ischemic heart attacks. So tissue plasminogen activator, which is used to treat the ischemic heart attacks, can also be produced by rDNA technology. Next, this rDNA technology can be used to synthesize some more proteins like clotting factor 8. So this is also a protein which is used to treat hemophilia condition. Then for production of monoclonal antibodies, we need monoclonal antibodies for the diagnostic test development, and these monoclonal antibodies can be used for the cancer therapy also. Like I told you, we have already discussed when we are talking about radioimmunoassay, ELISA or chemiluminescent immunoassay. In all those techniques, we get some ready-made plates given by the manufacturer. These plates, I said, they are coated with antigen or antibody. So antibody coated plates are produced. How they are produced? By getting the monoclonal antibodies. So monoclonal antibodies, how we are producing in the lab? It is only by rDNA technology. So production of monoclonal antibodies which can be used for diagnostic test development process, and to treat the cancer, we produce these monoclonal antibodies by same rDNA technology. And rDNA technology is also used to develop vaccines, and especially hepatitis B vaccine is produced by using this rDNA technology. Then rDNA technology is also has applications in DNA fingerprinting, which is used in forensic applications. In forensic applications also, this DNA fingerprinting we use. So there are vast number of applications for the rDNA technology. So rDNA technology can be used for gene therapy also. It is in introduction of normal genes into individuals who have defective genes. So gene therapy means we are treating a patient who are having some gene deficiency by inserting the genes in a defective person. So gene therapy means it is the introduction of normal genes into individuals who have defective genes. So that is called gene therapy. Example, to treat sickle cell disease, to treat thalassemia, and adenosine deaminase deficiency. Very, very important. These are all for the life survival purpose. So certain treatments we can be using this gene therapy to treat certain gene defective disorders in patients. So this is called gene therapy. So this is also based on the rDNA technology. So these are all the scope and applications of rDNA technology. And to understand and diagnose the molecular basis of certain diseases, we use this recombinant DNA technology. For example, cystic fibrosis, adenosine deaminase deficiency, thalassemia, familial hypercholesterolemia, muscular dystrophy. These are all some molecular disorders, molecular origin disorders where some gene deficiency is there. So to understand and diagnose certain disorders in patients like cystic fibrosis, adenosine deaminase deficiency, thalassemia, familial hypercholesterolemia, muscular dystrophy are all used based on these molecular biology techniques. Okay, so these are all the various applications in medicine which we use this rDNA technology. Now there are more applications of this rDNA technology also. It has got applications in agriculture also, like diseases, drought resistant and seedless hybrid fruits and vegetables are produced by this recombinant DNA technology only. Production of transgenic animals. Transgenic animals is also done by rDNA technology, like genes can be introduced into fertilized egg from which transgenic animals can develop. So these animals can produce normal offspring sometimes. So transgenic animals is also production is also depends on the genetic engineering or rDNA technology. Industrial applications are also there. Production of enzymes used to preserve and store products like cheese and all is also done by this technique. Now this is a dolly, which is a cloned animal for the first time. So this is a cloned animal dolly which is produced by gene cloning. So this is the very great achievement by the molecular biologist or scientist who have